During a violent storm that rolled over the town of Itamonte, a remote village nestled in the mountains of southern Brazil, a sudden blackout plunged the entire Vila Clara neighborhood into absolute darkness. The power lines crackled under the weight of thunder, and the sky hung low, pressing down on the old rooftops like a threat. Clara Antunes, 29, a visual artist who had just moved into the region, watched the rain fall through the warped glass of her new home, a 1930s colonial house she had bought for an absurdly low price. It was too big for one person. Long hallways, dusty furniture, and a basement that the real estate agent insisted was sealed for safety. That night, Clara heard something. First, a dry scraping. Then, slow, muffled thuds, like something heavy dragging across concrete. It came from beneath her feet, from the basement. She froze. Then, against every instinct, she grabbed a flashlight and crept toward the sealed door, hidden behind a stack of boxes. The boards were old. The nails gave way with a few sharp tugs from a rusted iron rod she found in the garage. The door groaned open. A thick, rotting stench poured out, clinging to her skin like oil. She shined the flashlight down. The basement was narrow, damp, and much deeper than she'd expected. But that wasn't the strange part. There was a window, a wooden-framed, cracked glass window set into the far wall. And on the other side, something was watching her. That should have been impossible. The house sat against a slope, with solid earth behind that wall, but the window was there. And in its pane, a dark figure stood motionless, eyes wide open. Fixated on Clara, she stepped back. The figure mimicked her. When she blinked, it blinked. When she trembled, it trembled. But it wasn't a reflection. The light from her flashlight didn't bounce back. And the figure wasn't breathing. Terrified, Clara slammed the basement door shut and fled upstairs. She told herself she'd imagined it, that it was the storm, the stress. But then the figure began to appear elsewhere, not in the mirror above her bathroom sink, in the reflections of her windows at night, in her paintings, hiding in the shadows, buried in brushstrokes, peeking through the eyes of portraits. She started painting it compulsively, even when she didn't mean to. She called an old friend, Davi, begging him to come stay with her. He arrived the next morning. She showed him the basement. The window was still there, but empty. Davi laughed, said she needed rest. But that night, he vanished. The police searched the house, the woods, the nearby river. Days passed. Then, they found him, inside the wall behind the window. His body was embedded in the concrete, like it had been swallowed whole. Eyes wide open, hands pressed against invisible glass, mouth frozen mid-screen. Clara was institutionalized shortly after. She stopped speaking, stopped eating, but she never stopped drawing. Always the same thing, a dark figure behind a window. Today, a new man lives in the house, a collector of antiques, curious and alone. He recently began renovations, tore down the basement wall, brick by brick, and there, behind the final layer, he found a wooden frame, like a window. And behind the glass, a pale woman with wide, unblinking eyes. She was staring at him, and when he blinked, she blinked back.